Good evening, baseball fans. It is Sunday, December 10th. If you were listening to this back to back to back, yes, this is like the third bonus episode that you've gotten. And so I've been sitting here for like 43 hours and I've been recording. That's okay because I love the grind. I love the grind. I love talking ball. And I have a very special guests with me for this third episode that we did tonight. And these are the gentlemen from the SHEA and Sons podcast. And if you're not familiar, that's a Mets podcast. I know this is it's normally, like all the balls, all the baseballs, sometimes Astros, but special guest, guys. We just had from Emily Nyman from She Does It on. We talked about the Yankees. Now we're talking about the other New York team. We got the Mets. All right. So these gentlemen, Keith and Key, I don't even know how I started interacting with y'all. I think I went into like Mets spaces or something and we just popped it up in Mets Twitter spaces and followed each other on Twitter and here we are. So gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am going to start off with the warning, however, to the listeners / viewers of the show. This is a rated R podcast. So not in that sense, like it's not OnlyFans over here. Okay. Like that's not it. Just all of the 4-letter words. Okay. Just all the 4-letter words and probably a little bit of like the inappropriate adult humor. So if that's not your jam, by all means, shut it off. Make sure that the kids are put away, do something. I don't care. Just don't come for me when, your kid learns a new cuss word from this podcast. And then you're like, Susie, what the F? I warned you. I'm so sorry. I warned you. So with that said, we will get into it. So like I said, these gentlemen have the SHEA and Sons podcast that is talking about all of the Mets moves. I almost said all the Astros moves. No, it's the other blue and orange team, Susie. All the Mets moves. So gentlemen, how are you guys dealing with I was gonna say hot stove. It's not a hot stove for y'all. It's like a lukewarm stove for the Mets, right?
It's like an ice tray, honestly. It's not even nowhere near hot, honestly. We're dealing with it. It's kind of like wearing on a lot of the fan base. The fan base is like absolutely like on pins and needles because things that are happening across town has a lot of Met fans rattled. A lot of Met fans love to pay attention to the other team. So unfortunately,
I don't know why. I don't know why Juan Soto to the Yankees would affect y'all.
I don't know neither. It probably means more for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares from the Mets standpoint? But that little brother syndrome kicks in.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think, baby brother?
I care. And it might be some little baby brother bullshit, which is fine. But I give a fuck because I want Juan Soto. Why can't I have him? You know what I'm saying? So obviously from that perspective, I care. But on a day-to-day basis, no, I don't give 2 fucks about Juan Soto. I'll look at the highlights, see what happens, how they lose like a 4-run game, in the 9th inning and shit like that. I'll watch that. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch it when they face y'all. When y'all punk the shit out of them like I normally do, I'll watch that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know why you're not happy with DJ Stewart out there in left field. Like,
You're right. I did post DJ Stewart highlights immediately after they got Juan Soto. You know why? To remind everybody, DJ Stewart is here. Fret not. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Stewart is gonna have like a 3-week stretch. He's better than Juan Soto. I guarantee
Come on now.
it. I guarantee it. And shameless Met fans will praise it, which I'm one of them. So
it will. It would be beautiful. I will expect all of the highlight reels from DJ Stewart. So before we started recording, I was telling y'all that like I wasn't really keeping up with all of the Mets moves and rattled off like 3 of them. So the top 3 off the dome. Joey Wendell from the Marlins.
Yep.
So util infielder.
Super. Yep.
Luis Severino. 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah, 1 year, 13 mil.
Okay. So hopefully a bounce back year for him. Yeah, maybe depending on the level of play he does for y'all. Maybe maybe you can shove that in the Yankees' faces.
Yeah,
that would be.
I feel like you're trying not to hate right now. Like you want to say something good about him. All you know is bad about him. So
he was good. He was good, like that was the whole thing because he was good. But you're like, I don't understand why the fuck everyone's teeing off on Luis Severino. Like
that's what the fuck I was saying. What the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Right? Like his fastball's still fast. Like I'm like, is it the pitch location? Like, it's got to be the pitch location. I did a very, I say deep dive. I did like a 1-inch dive on Luis Severino, and it was something about like pitch shape or pitch location, and I was like, too many sciencey words. I'm done now. But
yeah, he apparently allegedly has been tipping his pitches for the life of him, and apparently the Yankees don't know how to coach pitchers out of it, which sounds about right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right.
And yeah, last year I was like, before last year started, I was like, yo, Savvy's a good pitcher. He's gonna hit the market. We'll love the dude. The dude actually had a few really, really solid years, and I mean, he had injuries, but last year he it was rough, man. It was like it was like Biden at a spelling bee. It was like you were never getting out of that shit. It was really bad. It was really bad.
No, so Joey Wendell, Luis Severino, and then you got Jorge Lopez.
Yeah,
from the Orioles.
Another project, you know.
Yeah, that may or may not work out for y'all.
Nah, yeah.
Buy low, you know, product. If he could give us anything more than what we got last season, because last season was horrendous from the bullpen standpoint, that's a plus. So I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I think the cool thing about Jorge Lopez is that he has a strong relationship with Edwin Diaz, with Francisco Lindor, and we did bring over the Puerto Rican national team's pitching coach to be in the bullpen. So there is some sort of like
continuity.
Yeah, brotherhood kind of feel there. So maybe like, because Jorge Lopez has also like had a history of like some stuff going on up here. Like if he messes up one game, it'll last like 2 weeks and he can't get himself out of a mess. So maybe with these guys to put their arm around him, you know how baseball is. Some of these guys, they need an extra love and tender loving care and a day off here and a day, you know, it's a whole mess with these guys. But yeah, so there is some type of optimism, but you know, let's be real, man. The Mets right now aren't doing jack shit right now as we speak. This is not like what we all expected. Honestly, not that we were expecting big names or anything. Well, technically not like maybe a quarter of the guys have signed, but by now I thought we would have gotten like a substantial names. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the guys. I really don't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, we all knew that Shohei was going to be like the big domino to fall, and nobody was going to sign until after Shohei signed or whatever. Yeah. But now that Yamamoto is meeting with teams, Monday? Tomorrow, meeting with the Yankees. Honestly, as soon as Yamamoto's off the board, then all of the other pitchers will be off the board, you know? And so just like, where's this guy gonna go? And then depending on where he goes,
it's the name that has people like not able to function at work. Like honestly, you hear Yamamoto and you're like, what happened? Did he sign? You know, like it's people don't know really how to control themselves with this man. This man literally has the city literally like in the palm of his hands. He has no idea. It's gonna be hilarious when he signs with Dodgers, but neither here nor there. But yeah, like that'll shatter. Like taxes might go up 10% after that, but I don't know. It's rough right now. It's rough.
John Rossi says that y'all only need 2 starters, an outfield, a DH, and 2 relievers. That's all.
You know what?
That's it.
He's not wrong. If you really want to think about it, he
ain't really wrong. He ain't wrong. But you know what? Right now, the way they're moving, I don't know. They're bargain hunting. So it's like.
They are it's interesting. Okay, so for those that aren't super familiar with the Mets starting rotation, according to Fangraphs roster resource, you've got Kodai Senga as your 1, Jose Quintana as your 2, Luis Severino as your 3, Tyler McGill as your 4, and Joey Lucchesi as your 5.
Yep, gonna be a miserable year. That's the
doesn't really fill me with a lot of hope, but maybe people can turn it around. I don't know.
No, Susie, you don't have to be nice. It's okay.
You don't
have to be nice. You can be honest. It's all good.
Yeah,
we know what we're working with, girl. It's bad.
Listen, I'm trying not to kill the vibe so early on in the show. Girl. Maybe we talk about the position players. Maybe we get a little happier. We have Brandon Nimmo in center. Jeff McNeil as second, Francisco Lindor as short, Pete Alonso at first, Starling Marte in right, DJ Stewart in left, Francisco Alvarez as your catcher, Brett Beatty as your third base, and Mark Vientos as your DH.
Yeah, there's some
pieces.
There's
some
pieces,
players.
But you started off with like Nimmo and McNeil, and those are like, depending on who you ask, those are probably like the most controversial ones. If we're being honest.
Okay, so then what? I mean, what do y'all think? What are we happy with our center field and our second baseman?
I'm okay with another. Like, well, we signed Nimmo has like 6-7 years left with the Mets. So
yeah.
I mean, he's there.
We have to be okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be our center fielder next year. DJ Stewart as an everyday player, not okay with that. Nope. Can't sign me up for that one. Starling Marte had an amazing introduction as a Met 2 years ago, and last year just fell off the rails.
So was he hurt and was trying to play through the hurt? And didn't he have hip surgery or something? Or
double groin surgery?
Double groin surgery. Oh, okay. That sounds a little bit more painful than just one.
He was recovering through a finger injury too at the end of the last season, so it was a mixture of things. He didn't come into spring training until late, also.
Oh, okay. So you're expecting a little bit better performance.
Not even that. Okay. Plus.
I'll have to see it, Susie. I have to see it because he is 35 years old. This is a thing, you know. This guy isn't no spring chicken. His body is. His physique is like a Greek god, but you know, what's the phrase? Time's never been defeated. You know, father time or something like that.
Father time is not defeated. Yep.
Yeah. So you know, one bad accident in the outfield, and God knows, you know what I'm saying. So,
well, then you'll have Joey Wendell that just will play all of the places.
Joey Wendell, man. Let me tell you something. That man got no batting gloves. I have faith in no batting gloves. He has no batting gloves, so I have faith. Joey Wendell, if you don't got batting gloves, you can play for me. My eyes. I don't know. What about you, baby brother?
I don't. Bro. Susie, I don't mean to be a dark cloud, but man, it's rough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little rough. You look at this roster construction. And you look at like the Braves in the division, Philadelphia in the division. You be familiar with both of them. It's like, damn, man. Like
we got boppers 1 through 9. Like,
we're not that far away, but it's gonna take. By the looks of it, it doesn't seem like a problem that we're not that far away. So maybe we could chill. I don't know. It's rough.
What that guy said, that comment, like, you know, we have kids that like every Met fan in the world is like, oh my God, this guy's gonna come up, whatever. Yeah. But like it doesn't really translate to winning like ASAP. So you know, our new president, David Stearns, used to work for the Astros, by the way back in the day. You know, he said we're gonna compete next year and we're gonna attack free agency in certain aspects. You know, he's been very, very coy with his words, you know, and everyone knows who our owner is, but right now, you know, it's kind of like the thing is that we don't know how many guys out in the open market actually want to come play for the Mets or use the Mets for leverage.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with some sort of identity crisis because we all know we have money. Everyone knows we have money.
Right.
But, you know, do you really want to come here? Do you really want to tell, you know, our president, our owner, hey, I really want to go there for X amount. And then when a team matches, you go to the other team and you just use us to raise up your value, you know? So that is a situation we're dealing with right now, unfortunately, you know?
So we got another comment down here that says, Stern says they're looking at a defensive outfielder and a DH, hopefully Lee and Soler.
I would love that.
That would be.
I would love that. John, I'm with you, John. Sign me up for that.
Lee, as in like the Korean, Jung-Ho Lee. Okay, and then so bat to ball, and then Soler that's just gonna hit 99 bombs. That would be delightful for y'all.
It would help. It would help, and like
a little bit of protection for Pete Alonso would be nice.
Yeah,
and that, you know, Pete and Lindor have kind of just been doing everything. Like these guys need help. You know, we have a young catcher, kind of like you know, with Diaz. Francisco Alvarez is like our star. Like we really, really have high hopes for him. He in 800 innings, he had a DRS, defensive run saved. He was top 5 in the league. So a lot of people thought his defense wasn't good enough. He showed it last year. He was very, very good behind the plate. He's growing. He's only 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? 25 home runs, as you know, at that age, is pretty impressive. So me and my brother love Francisco Alvarez. He like adores him. So like we have high hopes for him. There's also Ronnie Mauricio, who we hope can be on the field a lot more. We hope and pray. He just actually got hurt in the Dominican League, so yeah, that just means the season started for the Mets. Somebody getting hurt, so it's no big deal. But and we also have Brett Beatty, who we all thought was going to be something special, and he struggled. He had a rough first year. So
yeah, I was gonna ask if y'all were comfortable with rookies as your second year rookie for Brett Beatty, and then Mark Francis was up and down last season. He was up for a little bit and then went back down, and now he's your DH apparently. So, I assume you want a little bit more veteran DH, but
my brother could break that down for you real quick.
It's rough because like we've been asking for a fucking DH for years now. Like what since the initial like we having DHs in the NL
sir, Daniel Vogelbach was right there. Like
Susie.
I was
wondering if that name was gonna come up.
I wanted to put a little salt in the wound. I'm so sorry. Daniel Vogelbach is not
it's all good. So good. But look, this team struggles to find DHs. I don't know what it is for the life of me. They just don't like power hitters hitting at DH. They rather have position players who can't hit a worth. They can't hit a damn. They can't hit nothing. Daniel Vogelbach at the trade deadline. We don't sign JD Martinez. We don't even go after him in the trade at the trade deadline. There's a whole bunch of even Soler. There's a whole bunch of guys. The laundry list is lengthy. It's like a CVS receipt of guys that we should have had become the DH for the New York Mets, and it just hasn't materialized. So now we're in the spot where it's like, okay, we bring in Soler, that would be nice. But if the guy can't play because he's barely played over 100 games in any of the seasons in the MLB except last year, and I think a year with the Royals, like it's rough. It's rough because you got to find some of the I think what David Stearns is kind of trying to find is some of the bargain buys. And I'm kind of tired of the bargain buys. We just dealt with Daniel Vogelbach and Tyler Naquin and all these dudes who stunk. Eduardo Escobar, Mark Canha, Starlin Marte. Like, I'm tired of that.
It would be really fulfilling for us to answer the bad buys, like the Verlanders and the Scherzers, and not trying to shit on Verlander or anything, but like we gave him a lot of money and we're paying him and he's not here. And just like other guys, like what was our catcher that we had? McCann. God, we're still paying him.
Is a sugar daddy to some of these players. It's unreal.
So, but my thing is that like it would be a real good flex that like let's just say like we can't get Yamamoto. Like, and we have to acknowledge that is a real possibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Go get 3 bats, go get 2 starting pitchers, and let's rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. Like, who cares? At this rate, in my opinion, I understand the factors about like luxury tax and penalties and draft pick compensation and all this shit that really does matter to like everyone wearing a suit, but not motherfuckers who pay to go to the game, like me, my brother, and anyone else. But like honestly, the gentleman who tweeted it or commented earlier, it's not that far off the realm of possibility that the Mets can compete with like the Phillies and stuff like that. So just go flex, and you know what? Eat it. Like, we're already paying X amount of money. It's gonna be off the books in a year. What does it matter if you go pay a Soler or Teoscar, whatever? I don't know, a young Hooli or whatever. The bargain buys, honestly, it's just gonna cause this fan base an uproar, and this fan base right now is at a peak that I have never seen. I've never seen this fan base at this angry. This fan base is mad.
Okay, so Keith, let me hand you the keys to the Lamborghini. If David Stern says, you know what, Keith, come on in. Uncle Cohen, here's your checkbook. Free reign. Who are you gonna go get?
I might steal a checkbook first.
I might have to get a Lambo myself, to be honest with you.
Fair.
And then baseball after that, you know.
That's fair.
Might have to get my brother might get some veneers. We was talking about that the other day.
No, I'm not getting no veneers. I'm getting some ice though. I'm getting some ice. I'm getting some.
You're like a grill.
Okay. Some tattoos.
Oh
get some
man,
long sleeves going.
I definitely got to get the wife like this whole new kitchen set we've been eyeing. So that'll be on the horizon. But if back to baseball, it got to be Yamamoto. You know, that's the easy pick. I'm pretty sure you agree, right, Keith? Yamamoto,
yep.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
After him, I like Young Holy. Not in love with him, but I like him. I'll take him. I have no real big issue with him.
More Teoscar, I like.
Teoscar would be a dope name, honestly. Jordan Montgomery to pair him. The typical names, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love all those picks that John is good, man. I like how John thinks.
Right.
He's on top of it.
I have no problem with anything, John. Honestly, I've always kind of like assumed that it'll be probably something we don't expect because it's the New York Mets. We never do shit we want. I never get anything I want. Keyshawn never gets anything he wants. No Met fan usually get anything they want. So I was, maybe we can go out of the realm of possibility and maybe go make a trade of some sort. But then again, in Metland, you can't talk about trading any kids because it's sacrilegious. You can't talk about that in Metland. Everyone wants these kids to come out.
You can't do none of that.
Can't talk about because Drew Gilbert, probably better than we do. Drew Gilbert, we pretty much paid like $40 million to acquire, or 30, whatever it is that you're paying like 10, we're paying like 30. So we can't trade him. We paid a lot of money to acquire him as a prospect.
Logan Gilbert.
No, not Logan.
No,
Logan Gilbert
Ryan
is starting
Gilbert.
pitcher.
Ryan Gilbert.
Clifford.
Clifford.
Yeah. So we got Clifford. We got Gilbert, and then we got Acuna from the Rangers. So we paid for 3 prospects, we could say.
Yeah.
And to get guys off the team and reset and whatnot. So can't trade those 3 guys. You know what I'm saying? And then the Mets developed this amazing young prospect named Jet Williams. We all like him. We're all very high on him. He's gonna be dope. And then after that, it's not really like something glamorous. The farm is still kind of it's getting there. It's on an upward trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to give it more time for it to really be like, wow, the Mets have like one of the best farm systems. But we're getting there.
I think I got like a fuck them kids list, and I think Luis Robert will be on it.
Okay.
I think
that's fair. I would say fuck those kids for Luis Robert. 100%.
Luis Robert will be on it. Randy Rosarena will be on the fuck those kids list.
Yep. Would he be number 2 on fuck those kids?
He could be number 1 just because of how much I like his tenacity. And the Mets haven't had
Luis Robert will definitely be
Luis Robert is like
He's
the better
number 1.
That, but we want to talk about like, I want this guy to go to war with me. It's Randy Rosarena. I think depending on who you ask, some people might say Corbin Burns. No, I don't like him. I think the bum.
I like the kids more.
Yeah, I wouldn't put him on the fuck them kids list.
Okay.
But there's definitely guys.
Blake Snell.
Well, we would sign him out, right?
Blake Snell will be signed.
But how much? How much would you pay him?
Would you be happy with Blake Snell if they went out and got Blake Snell? Because I don't want to touch Blake Snell with like a 10-foot pole.
I don't think no one wants.
Okay. I don't know which version of Blake Snell I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
I'd rather get Montgomery in here. You know what I mean? I'd rather take a chance on that.
What about Dylan Cease?
I love Dylan Cease.
I would take a chance on Dylan Cease.
I like Dylan Cease.
I think there's Cy Young capabilities there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What about Cody Bellinger?
Yes, without a doubt, no question.
That's tough because where do we have him? What's the thought process? Where are we playing? We can't play him in center if Nemo's gonna have hurt feelings because that's what he does.
He's one of those, huh?
Are we gonna play him in left or right?
Right.
Are we gonna play him at DH or at first base? What do we,
Play him in right. You play him in right.
Marte.
Move Marte over so he doesn't pop a titty, or anything like that. And outfield, you give him Lindor as the little cushion to make the throws. And then, God forbid Pete Alonso doesn't sign. At least you have Cody there, God forbid. I want to keep, Pete Alonso. But in the event, God forbid, you have to address these things because, shit like that happens in Major League Baseball, especially to the fucking Mets. We always lose great players. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. We might have to create a fuck Peter. Like what would be the Pete Alonso list for the fuck them kids list? Like we might have to start thinking
that's
about
a good idea. We
the
should
way
definitely.
the trajectory of Pete Alonso.
Susie, we got a new pod in the making. It's called, fuck Pete Alonso.
we get a cease and desist letter in the mail. We're being sued for libel. I'm like, is it really libel if it's true? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
So we get some comments in the chat. Subway SHEA says, why can't we ever get Andrew
That's such
Chafin?
a good point, yo. That is such a well, I feel like we're always in the running for Andrew Chafin every year.
You know what it is? It's like every Met fan wants that reliever to look like him. Big fat dude with a fucking handlebar mustache. So just I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the new Heat spell.
Yeah, like oh fuck yeah, let's just throw a fastball. Don't give a fuck about analytics, you know.
I described him on the last episode or 2 episodes ago or something as the guy who I would not be surprised at all if he just shotguns a beer and then goes into like pitch.
That's couldn't agree 1,000%.
Yeah, like Eastbound Down type shit.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more, honestly. I feel like he's that guy that like has that weird superstition that the whole clubhouse, like Jason Giambi had a golden thong, like some shit like that, So
right.
I could see that with him. Sure.
Subways, if you don't want him, we don't want him. That comment was in reference to Blake Snell.
Oh yeah, like how much would all right, let me ask you guys, how much you think he's getting?
I don't know.
Right now, baseball's throwing out billions of dollars. Let's be real here. Like, what the fuck?
I think a reigning Cy Young Award winner that definitely gets you over $200 million.
Okay, but that's just it. Now he's won 2. Now he's won 2 Cy Youngs, but those seasons between the Cy Youngs,
awful, mid, shitty.
I'm like.
It's like going to Subway. It's like you got that nice bread, the ciabatta bread, and it's nice and toasted. The top is great, the bottom is great, and the meat is like raw. It's not even that good cooked. It's like all that shit. It's like a bad
microwave. Everything is microwave. Yeah,
a microwave sandwich.
Yeah. Snell scares me. Snell scares me, especially if you don't have a defensive, like a very, very good infield defense.
I agree with that. That's a very good point.
You got to have like that infield defense on fucking lock if you're going to sign
balls weak.
Yeah. And if you're going to sign Blake Snell and he's going to
walk everybody, so people are going to be on base. I agree. Right? I agree 100%.
Everyone's got to be on the same fucking page if you sign Blake Snell.
Man, Susie, Blake is pitching tomorrow. Oh fuck, we gotta like get our shit together. Fucking
right?
Blake's on the mound. Yeah, nah.
So it's one of them. It's one of them. Like I don't know. Like Blake Snell scares me. Like
Seattle.
Anytime.
Watch Seattle.
Oh God.
Seattle.
Well, he wants to go there.
You guys would have to deal with that. So I mean, it's actually kind of gift and a good and a bad thing.
Right?
Yeah. I have so many questions, Astros related. I know that we're doing
fuck the Mets. Like who gives a fuck about the Mets?
I care so much more right now about your team and than us.
Talk about a real baseball team.
All right, let's go then. Let's switch gears and let's chat about the Astros.
Yeah. So my first question is, I haven't heard anything. What's going on? Like how are you guys gonna follow up off of unfortunately coming a game shy?
Listen, Dusty Baker is no longer our manager, so we got a chance now. We got a chance.
You got the guy we wanted. You know that, right?
Yeah, you did.
SHEA and Sons podcast was all over your guy. We were like, we wanted him like more than anything. And
you wanted Josue Espada?
We wanted Espada like ahora. Like it is just we had a feeling it was gonna
I've wanted Espada. I've wanted Espada for like the last 2 years, sir.
Yeah, Dusty was thank God for the talent on that team. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. I've people are like, you don't know ball, because I've literally said that we won the World Series 2 seasons ago in spite of Dusty Baker and not because of Dusty Baker. And A, because I'm a woman, and B, because people suck. Everyone's like, oh, you don't know ball, blah blah. I'm like, motherfucker, I literally watched like all of these games, and like there was no moves that like Dusty Baker needed to make. Like don't get me wrong, like I would love to just sit with Dusty Baker and just like listen to all the stories that he could tell about all the things. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't want him in my dugout. I don't want him in my dugout making the decisions.
No
sound like
wristbands. No
you
wristbands.
sound.
You're not wristband gang.
No.
You know who you sound like? You sound like a guy I know who roots for the Mets. His name is Keith. And he used to wonder about Buck Showalter every day. He used to just wonder about him. You sound like that guy. But anyways, back to the Astros. Just back to the Astros.
Oh yeah, no, I've wanted Joe Espada for a long time. Now, granted, there's some Astros fans out there that are like, we need to be making the move. What moves? What moves? Tell me, because 99% of our roster is coming back.
I heard through a grapevine two things about your team. Now, one of them kind of got debunked. Okay. The other one didn't, though.
All right.
So one that kind of got debunked. Maybe you could touch on it. I don't know where Bregman's on the market. Like, what was that?
I don't even know. I don't fucking know. Now,
there's no way you're gonna trade Alex Bregman.
He's too good. He's too good for you.
He's like the heart and soul of your team.
He is. I mean, him and Altuve. However, I don't think Crane is going to give Bregman the money / years he wants.
Okay.
So it's the Springer shit. It's the same shit.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, Springer was mad because we manipulated service time. So he wasn't
I didn't know that.
He was a little bit sour as it was. Now Bregman, I've always, in my heart of hearts, I'm kind of leaning towards, and this is just like a wish, obviously, because I really want him to stay. I think he would take like a hometown discount to stay. He loves, Reagan is from, his wife is from Houston. He Breggy Bomb, salsa, got, brand deals fucking everywhere. HEB, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Altuve are it. Those are our guys.
But 100%,
and Jordan too, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, Crane has shown that he's willing to let him walk.
Yeah.
I mean, we let Springer walk. We let Carlos Correa walk. We let Garrett Cole walk, and every single time other guys have come up and filled in and done wonderfully. Like when Carlos Correa left, the city of Houston was in shambles, right? I technically wasn't, because I was never like a huge Carlos Correa fan. I mean, I liked the guy, but I was like, all right, whatever, When Jeremy Pena came up, I was like, Jeremy Pena is my shortstop. I'm good. I'm good over here. Like, thank you very much.
Let me ask you a question though. If you had now, looking at it now, because I know Pena's kind of like been
bring me back Carlos Correa.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Bring
me back Carlos Correa, just for the sheer fact that motherfucker knows how to rile up a team. Yeah. That he will, like, he was that guy on our team.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like the Astros are missing. Like the guy that's gonna like whip them into shape. Like
Pena was missing that too, because Correa was in his ear a lot when he won that championship. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Actually, before you go, I heard that other rumor though. I heard it like this big, and it's funny because my brother mentioned the guy's name the other day a few moments ago on our Fuck the Kids list. I heard Luis Robert linked to you guys in a trade. I heard that. That's like a thing I heard.
Yeah, but there's no way that we have enough prospects for the White Sox in order to give him up.
Gotcha.
There's just not. Now, granted, let Chaz fucking cook. Okay, that's all I want.
I've heard you say that multiple times.
That's all I want is Chaz McCormick to fucking cook in center field. But apparently I'm not going to get that next season either. So
why?
You're almost a Met.
Yeah, that makes me sad too.
Yeah.
Wait, but why are they putting Mauricio Dubon in center field? Why?
Thank you, Dusty Baker.
Yeah, but he's not here no more. So like, no. So as I'm saying, like, wouldn't Espada kind of like,
So it has been said, it's already been said that Jake Myers is going to get run in center field. Now he is our best defensive center fielder. There's no two ways about it. He is our best defensive center fielder. I think my issue with Jake Myers is that he is fucked in the head after his injury. You cannot
against the White Sox, right?
Yeah,
he went into the wall. I remember that. Yeah,
I'm like, you cannot convince me that motherfucker is not scared to get rehurt. Now he has made some plays that I think he's like, oh, okay, I can go hard after the ball and I won't get hurt. Like, you can kind of see him get a little bit more acclimated. But the outfield carousel that we had last season between Chaz and Jake and Mauricio Dubon and Corey Julks, like, if you don't use it, you lose it, according to, all of the athletes. So I don't know anything about that because I'm a bump on a log. But that's what the people tell me. That,
True.
you gotta have at bats, you gotta see live pitching in order to actually be able to hit a ball.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, since Jake Myers was not one of Dusty's guys, Jake Myers did not get the run.
That sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds extremely familiar over here.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring that shit up.
Oh yeah.
I have another question. Genuinely.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No,
I have so many thoughts about your team because I'm so fascinated. Because you guys win and you guys kick the Yankees' ass. I appreciate it so much. The Jose Abreu situation last year was kind of rough. Obviously, he came along and he definitely showed up in that Texas series. We all saw it. But how much leeway will he be getting this year, you think?
I think that he is going to be used properly this season and given the rest that
Dusty Slander's going out
deserves.
of control right now.
Listen,
poor man's on his couch sipping on some wine and we getting killed on this shit.
Okay, like, for the longest time, I was like, something is wrong with Jose Abreu. Like, does Jose Abreu need to get his eyes checked? Because he's getting older. Like, he's 36 now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm 41 and I'm like, I can't, hold on, I'm pulling my phone away from my face because I can't see anymore, And it wasn't until it hit me that I was like, I don't know, maybe he needs to get his eyes checked. I'm just saying, like, okay. After he went on the IL for 2 weeks, he came back and he started playing better. And I'm like, would you look at that? I don't know. Maybe we don't play the 36-year-old first baseman every motherfucking day. Maybe we give him a day. He literally gives everybody else days off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, but we don't have, we didn't have a suitable first base replacement.
Didn't he go crazy in Oakland and then he went on a tear?
Yeah. He hit his first. He hit his first home run in Oakland.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Didn't he hit it inside the park home run too? I could have sworn he did that.
I don't know if it was inside the park.
He did some crazy shit in Oakland. I'm telling you, I kid you not. I remember some weird shit.
I don't remember.
Where he was coming around home and some sort of I don't know. I might be bugging.
Well, his first home run that he hit in Oakland, he, like, when he ran around the bases and then he slid into the dugout.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was.
He slid into the dugout, and that was funny.
That was funny.
That was the whole hoopla because he slid into the dugout, and then Chris Rose fucking tweeted about it and
like, oh, you can't show up Oakland, blah blah blah.
Yeah, something about and then like our team
I remember
socials tweeted out like tens of runs in front of tens of fans or something, and apparently that was off color.
Oh my god, you can't say nothing bad about a bad franchise. Good lord.
Yeah,
whatever. But
yeah,
I have a question. So last season I was kind of rooting for you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for you guys. I wanted, if I had to pick a former Met to win a ring, it was gonna be Verlander over Max. That was me. But I'm watching you guys in the playoffs, and I'm
not being able to win a home game.
What
were you wondering about that too? Yeah,
dude. Not only that, Framber. What?
I was gonna ask about him. That's my boy. That's my son, my number one boy. He shit himself.
Javier was like the Framber I thought. And what? Like,
you want to talk about Dusty just getting railroaded? Let's fucking go. Okay, so you want to know?
There we go. Let's go.
You want to know about not being able to win a home game?
Wow.
Okay, like ask me which player has the highest WRC plus at Minute Maid Park? Ask me.
who has the highest WRC plus at Minute Maid Park? That's an Astro. Jordan.
Altuve.
Oh, Altuve. Jordan. No.
It's the motherfucker that rides the pine. Because Martin fucking Maldonado.
Oh, that
his
was me.
goddamn
It's about
intangible
Diaz.
has
Oh
to
my
be
God.
has to be in a goddamn game. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about now you want to know the second guy who has the second highest WRC plus at Minute Maid Park?
Is he a center fielder that doesn't play center field?
Ding 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 ding. That's McCormick. You want to know two motherfuckers that starts games when Fromber and Justin Verlander are on the goddamn mound? Martin Maldonado and Mauricio Dubon.
Oh boy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wait. Hold on, Susie. Hold on.
So
hold
on.
Okay,
I don't want people
to
clip this and be like, "Oh, that's just no." Just hear me out. Y'all
Go
saw
ahead, speak.
y'all saw the Fromber meltdowns.
Yes.
You saw Meldy and Fromber. Like, okay, so at that point, you're like, well, throwing to Fromber ain't fucking work, or throwing to Meldy ain't fucking work. How much worse can it get throwing to the kid?
Yeah.
We're already getting fucking buried. Might as well let him go.
I remember you asked me like 3 times. Hey Keith, how many times did Francisco Alvarez catch Verlander? Because I need to know. Caught him a little bit. He definitely caught him a little bit. So I definitely. But wait, if next season though, Framber does struggle with Diaz, then it might be a Framber thing.
There's two schools of thought with this. My co-host on when we do the Astro stuff is thinking that Maldi may be the issue here, and that that Maldi likes to call what the batter won't hit well versus what the pitchers can throw well. Does that make sense?
Oh, I get you 1,000%.
So, as opposed to like going off of Fromber's strengths, they're going off the players' weaknesses. And sometimes maybe we don't throw 43 curveballs in a row at the same place. Maybe we change it up just a little bit. Like, and I say 43 facetiously. I shit you not. Like, one of the times where we got fucking just nuked, Fromber, I shit you not, threw 5 fucking curveballs all in the same goddamn place. I'm all, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? Like, he literally fouled it back. The pit. Why did you call another curveball? Don't do that.
I think Maldonado had some of those issues at the WBC because he was like taking control over what certain hitters wanted, and Stroman and him kind of didn't mix well, which is why Stroman got lit up crazy. So I think he just likes that control aspect of being.
No, Stroman pitched good. It was Barrios.
It was Barrios then,
No,
but
it was Barrios.
Maldonado's out of here, so that does beg the question, like, because I think very highly of Framber, but obviously he does have starts where it's like, what the fuck is he doing? Could it just be a Framber issue at that point?
Well, so I think the pitch clock had a lot to do with his issues because, beforehand he was able. No, that's Luis Garcia, babe. That's Luis Garcia.
Sorry,
Luis Garcia is rocking the baby.
Right.
No, Fromber had to like really calm himself down, and he would take like a walk around the mound and do the chalk, and it would take him a minute to center himself. He doesn't get that time, and I think that affects him as well. I think he took a comebacker on the ankle, like before the All-Star break, I think. I think it affected him more than everybody wants to let on. And so I think that had something to do with it as well. Now, there's nobody coming out and saying that, like, there's no actual reports or anything, but that's just in my heart of hearts, like, that's what I feel. And also the fact that the team didn't allow him to go to the All-Star game, to like pitch in the All-Star game. Also, I think got into his head a little bit, and so he just lived there for a minute. And I'm hoping that that's all cleared away. Like, his Instagram stories are about him like working hard, working out, and throwing and whatnot. And so, You know, I just hope that the mental issues that plagued him are curbed.
I have a question about another pitcher. I heard quite a lot about, and it took me a while to get to one of his starts, and then I realized he was coming out of the pen by the time I was able to catch him. And I heard that he has a ceiling that could reach like a Verlander. They were kind of like giving him a name like a baby Verlander. It was Hunter Brown.
Hunter Brown.
Yeah.
So what happened? What was? I mean, was it just a rough first year starting, or like?
Well, so you got to remember, the beginning of the season, Hunter Brown was our 5.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah.
But then Jose Urquidy got hurt, and then Luis Garcia got hurt, and then so by the time the first opening day starting, Hunter Brown ended up being our 3.
Yeah.
As a like he had half a season under his belt,
Yeah.
and so it was a lot of big expectations and a lot of overuse, honestly. So after, let's see, there was probably like a week and a half period where he didn't pitch, and he came back out and he was lights out again.
Okay.
So, you're going from, I think his max that he had pitched the season before was like 120 innings or something like that. And I think he ended the season this season with like 150 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but just way past his innings limit that he'd ever done. So I think it was a lot of him getting used to the workload to begin with. So ideally, I mean, so like right now as it stands, we've got like 6 starting pitchers, with Hunter Brown and JP France and Jose Urquidy like kind of back there. I would love to put Hunter Brown back in the pen and kind of use him as the swing man that like Christian Javier was like 2 seasons ago.
That'd be nice, yeah.
Swingman role was like the new in vogue. Like that shit is like the new backup quarterback. We talk about it all the time.
Because so just to like lengthen him out more, because he is lights out when he has like a game plan of 4 innings.
Gotcha.
You give him 4 innings.
Sounds like Tyler McGill.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
But 5th inning, it's a little iffy. And then and Dusty was notorious. Dusty was notorious for trying to get to the 7th inning. I'm like, you cannot push this man to the 7th inning. Like you cannot. And I think that was kind of Hunter Brown's issue, was because he didn't know how to kind of figure out how to get from first inning to the end of the 6th,
Gotcha.
Like he wanted to try and conserve his energy, but then in order to conserve his energy, he wasn't pitching as well as he or wasn't as fast as he normally does, which kind of threw him off.
That falls on coaching, it feels like, though.
Well, again, like it's one of those issues where I think if he went in with like a clear game plan, like Blake Snell's pitching 5 innings and he's fucking out of there. Like it doesn't matter if he's 60 pitches or 100. It doesn't matter.
Well, but there was a situation that we had similar to what you're saying, and it wasn't even a pitcher. It was, we were using Francisco Alvarez like a lot more than we all anticipated. I think even the Mets, and we were at a point where our offense was so inconsistent, but like he had like a really hot stretch, and then he hit a wall, and then he played through the wall and through the hot stretch, and he actually openly said publicly after one of the games, like, I'm tired. Like, I'm like, because, you're in the minors, you're not playing the way you're playing in Major League Baseball. You're playing like 3 games a week, maybe, or 4 games, whatever. Major League Baseball is every day with travel, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, that makes a lot of sense, because I was like, damn, man, like, I heard tremendous things about Hunter Brown. And then when I caught him, I was like, damn, he's coming off the pen.
Oh, yeah.
What's happening there? So, all right, got you.
I got some. Kyle Tucker. Like, your man's went ghost in the playoffs. Like,
man.
And he don't really strike me as the guy that would do that. But when Jordan needed a running mate, he was just gone. He was nowhere to be found. And usually that's not like that. You guys thrive off of like, being able to have such a lineup that's so deep that a guy like Kyle Tucker could hurt you, a guy like Bregman, Jordan. But like now with your team construction, it's only like 4 or 5 guys. It's not really the same 1 through 9, So when you lose Kyle Tucker, and you see Adolis go ham like that, and Jordan is trying his best.
Crazy.
It's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was stunned that he had such a bad postseason.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, but then you saw it get to him. You saw it get to him because
didn't they move him down the lineup?
Yeah, the catch. He should have made a catch.
Oh yeah, and the catch right too.
Field. Like, and then he made it. I think
he made it like 3 innings later.
But the game was already
over.
The
game was over. He could have made the catch 3 days. Yeah, remember that shit. And they moved him down in the lineup, right? Some shit.
We did. That. We moved him down in the lineup, but that was already
too
a
late.
thing anyways.
Yeah.
But you could see him struggling going from batting gloves to no batting gloves, batting gloves, you know, and then and you could see how frustrated he was after that. And you know, when Mauricio Dubon is fucking backing you up, like he's not going to get any pitches to hit, you know what I'm saying? And so and then it just compounded into, and typically he is so good about leaving it at the plate. Like if he's not getting it there, you know,
he's a great hitter.
His defense was not there this season. It wasn't. And so I'm like, oh, Kyle Tucker, like what's happening? But I think it got into his head, and honestly, I think he was fucking tired too.
Yeah,
because that motherfucker played literally every game.
Like Jordan was hurt.
Y'all played so many games this season, though. If you really want to think about it, like, y'all go deep every year.
And you know, and he did the WBC, and so you know, I think I'm not blaming the WBC like by any means, but I'm just saying like that
it's a lot of baseball.
It's a lot.
And you guys had a lot of fucking guys hurt, and he was the one that was like there the whole way. And that makes a lot of sense, you know what I'm saying?
You know, and so he was like, I mean, he led the AL with RBIs. So everyone's like shitting on. I'm like, did y'all forget what Tucker did? Like literally the entire season, like the entire season. And I mean, I get it. Like he disappeared in the playoffs, but normally he's there. Like, and
I agree.
And even some of those games where he wasn't actually getting a hit, he was walking. You know, and so he was still contributing, just not in the way that we normally see him.
With that, with Pete and Lindor, both of them.
A lot.
So we can understand completely what you're talking about. Where everybody's like, "Oh, but they didn't do this and they didn't do that." And it's like, "Yo, take these guys off the team and watch how bad that lineup suffers." So we can relate to that definitely. But continue.
But yeah, no, I mean, so like he disappeared, and it was not the greatest time. It's not the greatest time for Kyle Tucker to disappear, you know. But unfortunately, it is what it is, and you know, we wanted. I was gonna shit on the Rangers, but I can't even.
Oh, segue, perfect, nice. Wanted to ask you one last thing about you know Astros. All right, like how high are they on the fuck you list? They got to be up there, right? Like they got to be like enemy number one, right? They have to, especially Adolis Garcia, right?
Yes, but like, you know the annoying like gnat things that you're like, what?
Yeah, it's like, yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like that's kind of like where I personally put like the Rangers team and like the Rangers fans.
They're good, Suze.
Look, if I'm gonna spend $500 million on my fucking infield, they better be fucking good, okay?
Well, do you want to talk about wasting money? Let's get right back into it.
Do they have a manager that's going to play their young rookies that are outplaying their veterans? Absolutely. Am I a little salty about that? Absolutely. Okay. Like, I don't know. I don't know where, you know, and everyone's. Again, this is we're running a train on Dusty on this episode.
Yankees rank higher?
In my head, the Yankees rank higher. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I respect that. That's
that's real hating. I like the real hating.
That's gangster
fan bases to be like that. I like it.
So yeah, well, and then everyone's like, well, what about the Mariners? Fuck you, Mariners. Like no one's talking about you.
Yeah, they fucking suck. Like they'll tease you the whole way. Fuck them.
But you know, it's one of those like I just got most of those motherfuckers just have really punchable faces, and this is why God made me small. So because if he made me like a bigger human being, I'd be in jail.
I feel that way about Atlanta, so don't worry.
Punch everybody.
Me with Philadelphia, definitely. So I get it.
Well, you know, it's one of those where like I really expected the Rangers bullpen to implode
Me too.
And it
Yeah,
just
we all
never,
did. I think we
it
all
just
did.
never
Me too.
happened. And I was like,
Yeah.
why? Where?
Yeah. Where is
you know?
it?
And it came close a lot.
A lot.
Oh yeah,
Like
they
a
literally
champion,
were.
that one game against yeah.
That they were the definition of bend but don't break. Like
Yeah.
literally, it was crazy. They should have
Well,
lost a few of those games.
And and everyone's like, oh well, the Astros didn't win the division. The Rangers didn't lose the division. I'm like, okay. First off, yeah, granted we have the quote unquote same record, but if we had a capable manager, I guarantee you we would have won. We would have won at least one more game. At least one more game. If we had a capable manager that like didn't put in Bly Madris as a fucking DH for 5 fucking games. Exactly. You're like, who the fuck is Bly Madris? Exactly.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's gonna be a Met in like 2 weeks.
Exactly. He's no longer on the team, and I want to say he's on some other minor league roster right now.
You know who I do like that like doesn't get a lot of recognition? He's young. I like that Corey Jokes kid. I like Corey Jokes.
Corey.
He's all right.
I liked him. I liked him. I liked the story. I like the story. He needed to be a bench player. That's the problem. That's the problem. He needed to be a bench player and not the everyday left fielder for a long ass time. So that carousel of outfielders was just not conducive to anybody.
Okay, we had our fair share of guys.
EJ Stewart, baby.
No, who was our second baseman? the dude from Long Island. What was that guy?
Danny Mendick.
We had a guy named Danny Mendick.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Yeah. We had Danny Mendick. We had Jonathan Arayuz. We had Rafael Ortega.
Oh.
We had Gary Sanchez when he was
Gary
bad.
Sanchez.
When he was bad, we had Gary Sanchez.
And then he went and had one of his best years as a pro.
As a Padre. Yeah.
Fucking insane,
yeah.
bro.
As Blake Snell's personal catcher.
That's a good point. It's a fucking good point. Whoever gets Blake Snell might as well go bring his ass in there.
Just saying.
Great fucking point.
A reunion? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Hell no. Fuck that. Send that shit to Seattle. That's where I think he's gonna go. They're gonna throw him like 2.
Gary Sanchez in Seattle is better than what fucking Mike Zanino. Yeah.
Well,
they got another dude. They got
Mike Zanino got
Tom Murphy.
Guardians.
They got some random dude.
Listen, I wanted Tom Murphy.
Tom Murphy, New York.
Technically, I wanted Mitch Garver, but we ain't paying Mitch Garver. So I was like, okay, I wanted Tom Murphy. Like, bring me Tom Murphy. But we signed to me. So.
Yeah, the Rangers breed just catches out of their ass right now. Like,
you guys make starters out of nothing. I got to give you guys credit. Like, you guys will find them in the Dominican, in the Cuba, wherever, and you literally turn them dudes into like A1 starters. I got to give you guys credit. Your system is incredible.
Our pitching coaches are incredible. And our farm system, while our farm system is never highly ranked.
No, it's amazing.
I'm gonna throw some shade because
the international guys.
Drew Gilbert was not ranked highly when he was in the Astros farm system. Then as soon as y'all pick him up, Drew Gilbert, look at Drew. I'm like, motherfucker, he didn't change that much.
No, that's so true. That is so true.
I actually had the pleasure of going to watch Drew Gilbert and Ryan Clifford live. I actually had that pleasure. And I will say this.
See, and I like Ryan Clifford better than I like Drew Gilbert, actually. I think Ryan Clifford is going to be a better
Clifford looks like the look of him. He looks like a pro already. Like, forget about like what he does. Like, I don't care about his stats. I just looked at him. I said, this fucking guy. He actually looks like Tucker in a way. Like, he actually he's tall. He's muscular, whatever. When I saw Gilbert, I said, and mind you, we have a few more prospects that play with him and whatnot, and they're all kind of like below 6 feet. And I'm like, damn, Drew Gilbert, Drew Gilbert is tiny, fuck. But the motherfucker rakes, man. I gotta, he's a little feisty kind of dude. I gotta give him credit. But yeah, he's tiny as shit, man. He's nowhere near the size of Ryan Clifford.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it is, they probably kill him for that shit too.
Well, no. Because they kill him because he's in the Astros. That's just me being salty. That's just me being salty.
Well, you guys, your international players are tremendous. Yeah. Incredible.
Well, but that's the other thing though, because everyone's like, oh, the Astros farm system, blah 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 blah. Then everyone's like, oh wait, but no, we want this guy and we want this guy. And then like when they get those guys, they're like, wait, this guy's awesome. Well, duh. And then because everyone's like, wait, Yainer Diaz, where did he come from? Wait, JP France, where did he come from? we're breeding them apparently, and y'all don't know about them.
That's true.
That's what we're doing.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's a very good point, because a lot of your guys, I'm like, how the fuck? Like, really? Like, how? And look, if Yordan Alvarez was supposed to be this amazing, would have never got traded. So y'all did something with him.
So the rumor is that the GM at the time thought that Yordan Alvarez was a different Alvarez in his head.
Oh, nah. Come on. Are you for real?
That's the
No
rumor.
fucking way.
So he traded for the wrong guy?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor that he, so in his head, he wanted to keep Yordan Alvarez. And they were asking about he thought they were asking about some other Alvarez. And so in his mind, he was giving up the other Alvarez.
Are you talking about the Dodgers GM?
Yeah. The Dodgers GM.
Oh, okay.
And so when,
Holy
Jeff
shit.
Luna was like, yeah, we want Yordan Alvarez. And the guy was like, okay. And so Jeff Luna was like, oh, all right. So Josh Fields for Yordan Alvarez, like straight up. Cool. All right. Let's ink that shit real quick.
What's Josh Fields up to these days? Is he playing bait? Like, is he anything?
I don't think so.
He might be bagging your groceries or telling you where to scan the items.
Yeah.
Yordan Alvarez trade and like the Fernando Tatis Jr. trade, craziest robberies like ever. Easy.
Yeah.
Crazy robbery. Can't name the other guys in the trade. It's
Hey,
crazy.
is Edwin Diaz supposed to come back this season?
Yes.
Opening day?
He'll be good to go.
He should be good to
Sweet.
go.
All
He
right.
might be on a limit, like 45 innings, maybe some shit like that. I'm just making that shit up, but
He'll be all right.
he'll be there opening day. If we have a 2-3 run lead in the 9th inning, you will hear trumpets opening day.
Sweet. I'm excited.
So am I. So we're gonna be shit, but hopefully that takes our mind off
Edwin
the shit.
Diaz will be your lone bright spot.
Amen to that, bro. Well, we got got a few of them. We got like 3 or 4, but I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's the Mets. Like, what do I expect? It's the fucking Mets. Like,
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all coming on the show. We're gonna wrap it up. So, Keith and Key, tell the people where they can find you on the socials and whatnot.
As you can see right there, my brother's name, we are at the SHEA and letter N Sons Pod on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube at SHEA and, like spelled correctly, SHEA and Sons Podcast.
Yep.
We're pretty much just staying right there. We were like stretching ourselves out very thin, trying to go on all these platforms. I don't know how you do it, Susie. You're a beast. You're fucking awesome, by the way. But yeah, we're just strictly Twitter, YouTube for the foreseeable future. And yeah, we're all over social media. You'll see me ragging on the Mets and stuff like that, and my baby brother as well, and he'll let you know where he's at.
Yeah, SHEA and Sons, mostly on Twitter. That's where you'll get direct access to us. Obviously on YouTube as well. Thank you, Susie. This was a blast.
Oh yeah,
felt good to not have to talk Mets for like 30 minutes of this. It felt really good not to think about them, even though I had, to think about Mike Scherzer for a little bit and Justin Verlander for a little bit. But I had a good time, and fuck the Yankees as well.
100%.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Real quick, shout out Verlander. Classy dude.
Word. Shout out.
Very classy dude. Very classy dude. Good in my book.
Good guy. The other guy I can't speak for. Fuck him.
Yeah. Good in my book.
You will hear no arguments there from me.
Nice.
I will take JV over Scherzer all day, every day. So
fuck Scherzer.
100%.
Fuck the Yankees.
There you go. There we go. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining us on this episode. I will have all of their social links and podcast links in the show notes when I put this out. And don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. Right? Give us a review because we
give a 5 stars, man.
Yeah, come on,
playing
man.
games, bro. Where the ladies at talking baseball? Come on, stop hating, bro.
We're very few and far between.
Amen. Shout out the ladies, bro.
Subscribe on YouTube. Hit that red subscribe button. We would love that. And with that, we will say good night, goodbye, and yay, baseball. I'm gonna hit end stream.
Big up Suze, man.